Hey everybody, welcome to Hittin It with HardWire. How's it going out there? Yeah, I just downloaded a whole bunch of stuff and it turns out it's really hard to switch it on the fly. Who would have known? How's everybody doing? I tried to start out there with the good old Star for Stripes. Did you catch that? That was pretty good. Good thing to start with. God bless everybody, and God bless America. Hey, start off with this really good news. A couple years ago, turns out there's this thing under preschool and for this type of practice. Quite a few places that pretty much you get away with all the school loans and everything because of the school for the senior students. And I filed one to see if I could get away with it and see if they do it or not. Because, well, my social security credit is an accredited degree in mechanical engineering. And they sold me on a 2+2 program of bachelor's in technology, and it's engineering technology department, and technology degree and engineering because of the 2 years of engineering. And also got the bachelor's degree. There, can you hear the music go away? Music should be gone. Be gone. We all like to start things, man. Not enough to listen to it consistently forever. Everything should be all right. What does it look like, Mike? Everything all right now? Did you hear anything I was saying? I was talking about come home Friday and sure enough, I finally got an answer. Shit. What did it do to me this time? You should be able to hear me pretty good now. Is that better? Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't. This thing likes to switch like inputs by itself on like randomly. Apparently, if you don't make sure you check it, then yeah, it likes to switch things around on you without you even
doing it. I don't know why the hell it would do that, but whatever. It is what it is, you know. Hey, it's live. That's one of the wonderful things about live. Finding out real quick that yeah, it's real difficult to produce things yourself and get all this done on the fly live. If you, especially if you're trying to put a bunch of fancy stuff in there, then it becomes a whole lot of fancy pain in the butt. What I was saying that you probably only heard me my lips moving to was yeah, I came home Friday to a letter in the mail. Uh, see, a couple years ago, and your headphones don't like to stay on if you put them behind your neck. Uh, I'd say I come home Friday to an answer to a question I had a couple years ago. I filed uh, a complaint with with who is it? Your student loan providers. They have a clause in there of some sort that says uh, you can apply for loan forgiveness for deceptive practices by the school. And the school that I went to, that I got my bachelor's degree to, they sold me on a bachelor's degree. I started out with an associate degree in mechanical engineering. And they're like, you really want to stay and get this bachelor's degree. It's a 2+2 program. It'll be in engineering technology. And I'm like, oh, that'd be all right. And it turns out it was a technology degree that was not even engineering accredited. But they said it still counts as a special technology with a specialization in engineering because you have the 2-year engineering accredited degree. They didn't tell you that the bachelor's degree was not accredited. And well, I got home Friday, got a letter. I mean, I finally got it. Well, I was turned down for that once, and then yeah, got a letter in the mail saying my school loans have been forgiven, all $50,000 of them. So that was damn good news. Because I hadn't paid on. I graduated college in 2010, and I hadn't paid on them since 2010, and it was up close to $90,000. But whenever they wiped away the 50 grand in school loans, it took out all the loan. So, pow, no more school loan debt. I knew that was going to come up and creep up and bite me in the ass one day. Now I don't have to worry about it. So that was fantastic news. I went and bought a lotto ticket. It turns out it wasn't my lucky day, but hey, I did have good news Friday. So now that's one less thing in my life I got to worry about, and I'm absolutely thrilled about that. Yeah, I'm a little mad that the show didn't start out very good. Started out with me mouthing words and repeating the anthem, I guess, in the background. Darn it, I tried to do something cool, and that's what I get. Hey, Gunpowder, how you doing? Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. I was actually, believe it or not, I was planning on talking about a little bit about student loans this week because it's a very popular opinion of mine about school loan forgiveness. No, I do not believe that Joe Biden should sweepingly forgive everybody's school loans. That is not my belief. But at the same time, also, uh, I do not believe that it's all right for us to send billions and billions of dollars overseas, bail out all these big banks, but we will not help our own people. And I think we shouldn't. What I thought was, because you don't want to help the richest ones in society, like doctors and stuff that are making plenty of money. What you want to do is you want to make it go back to making it when you're down and out. Because I filed bankruptcy a few years back. when you're down and out and you file bankruptcy, your student loans should be able to go with them. I don't believe there should be any kind of a loan that's absolutely unforgivable. I believe that that's basically like indentured servitude. You can't give somebody a. There shouldn't be any kind of loan that when you're down and out, you absolutely cannot get out from underneath. That's not right. That doesn't sit well with me. When I filed bankruptcy, they told me I can get rid of everything, but the student loans will never go away. They're there forever. If they're going to if they're going to if they happen to hand out loan forgiveness, then that's a little that would be unfair. Uh, it should be on more of a, I don't know, a sliding scale kind of thing if they do it. But I'm more of the opinion that you should of the bankruptcy thing. At one point in time, it was legal. It was a part of bankruptcy, and it wasn't all that long ago that they put that in there. That student loans are pretty much unforgivable. There's no way to get out from under them. Uh, Unless you're on Social Security, if you get in an accident and get on Social Security, you can get your loans forgiven. I know a few people that had to do that. Thanks for joining us, GG. Yeah, that's student loans are a funny thing. I don't think that there should be a sweeping student loan forgiveness. I think that's baloney. Uh, a lot of other countries, their schooling is free, college is free, and I'm also of the opinion that in modern times they need to stop removing cursive and taking things away from kids because kindergarten through 12 they can't fit everything in anymore. So I'm of the opinion that they need to basically pay for college uh, for those that are interested. At 12 you can graduate and continue on should you choose, and the school will be like a public school they'll pay for everything up to a bachelor's degree. But here's the catch: if you just get tired of it and you drop out, you got to pay for it. You have to finish it, and if you don't finish it, then you're out. Then you're on the hook for it to pay for it yourself. Yeah, evil Rick. I know. I understand that. Yeah, you can't. You have to understand. There's all kinds of socialism programs in the country already, and I happen to not like 99% of them. But if you're going to hand out money the way they do already, you should not be so hesitant to help people become higher educated. Same thing with trade schools. I mean, that ultimately, really, that's what it should be. When you get to 12th grade and graduate high school, they should offer you the choice, kind of like they do. I don't know if they do it in every state, but around here, your junior year, you have a choice between you can go to the career center or stay in high school. But at 12th grade, you should be able to move on to college or attend an actual certified trade school, and the government should pay for it, because I think the regular kindergarten through 12th grade education right now is just insufficient. We're falling behind all these other countries. I know all the other countries that we're falling behind don't have student loans the way that we do. The whole education system is really broken. It's just absolutely broken. Forget. I think it was one of the an episode of Turning Point USA with Charlie Kirk. I don't know if any of you know who that is or not. But he pointed out a good point, and I totally have to agree. They've got so many electives, things that they force you to take in college. You have to pay for all these things. You have to pay for all these classes, and they should not be forcing those upon you. Yeah, parents have to get more involved in their kids' education. Uh, Stop expecting teachers to do everything. Teachers aren't parents. That's a big issue. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock here, and I just now stopped drinking coffee. Started drinking Pepsi, the drink of champions. Send me money. Product placement. You know the first product placement, when product placement wasn't a thing, the very first actual product placement was uh, Reese's Pieces on ET. Does anybody remember that? That was what's pretty much lauded as the very first product placement. And if anybody remembers ET, Steven Spielberg, he approached M&M's originally, and M&M's turned him down, said he didn't want to do it. And boy, what a oopsie daisy it was for M&M's. They messed that up. Yeah, trade schools need to be more affordable. I was going to use myself as an example again, and you all probably think I'm an asshole for saying this, but when my son graduated high school, he wanted to go to college for computers, and I said, "Dude, seriously?" I said, "Every kid on the planet wants to go to school for computers, so you have to be really good at it." And I said, "You have to remember something." He was basically pushed through high school. Um, they he got really good grades in things that interested him, and then didn't pay attention to anything else. Struggled in all his other classes, but they pushed him through because they didn't want him to drop out. And when he said he wanted to go to college for computers, I said, "Son, I severely discourage you." I said, "I cannot stop you, but I severely discourage you. I don't think you should go to college for computers. I think you should find you a good trade school if you're interested in that. Find you something that's good." I tried to suggest something like auto body because believe it or not, they need auto mechanics and auto bodies are two of the most like sought after things right now out in the world, locally anyway. I was told a story by a local garage where they're needing auto body repair people so bad that they're pretty much, if you're decent at it, you can go in and pretty much tell them what you want to make, and they'll pretty much give you almost anything there if you're good at it. Yeah, and I discouraged him. I didn't want to see him go to college and end up with a huge amount of school loan debt, because I said when you get to college, they're going to force a bunch of classes upon you that you're not going to like, and you have to pass them. You can't do like you did in high school, where they just kind of pushed you through and let you go through because they wanted you to pass. I says, in college, there's going to be a bunch of classes you don't like, and if you don't pay attention, you're going to straight flunk out of college. I said, you're not going to be able to only pay attention to the classes you like you did in high school. I said, so you in order to discourage him ending up with a huge amount of debt like I did, they sold me. I graduated in the 90s. They sold me on college, being, if you go to college, you basically are going to have it made the rest of your life. You aren't going to have to do anything. All you have to do is go to college. You can be in whatever career you want. It'll be the easy high road. You won't have to work real hard, and you'll make buku money, and you'll be all set. All you got to do is go to college and graduate. And boy, was that wrong. That is farthest from the truth. They saddled a lot of people, and it basically conned a lot of people uh, into that. Yeah, I wanted to. I actually offered my son if he wanted to go to trade school. There's an auto body trade school up towards Cleveland, and I asked him if I said if you want to go, like that's something I'm interested in. I'll go with you. Your old man could go take some auto body classes with you. Because I got a bike sitting out in the garage and I'm supposed to paint. But yeah, I was riding it around, and 3 years ago I decided I was going to tear it apart and paint it, and then it's still sitting in the corner with all the parts ripped off of it. It only had what the hell was it, 20,000 miles on it, wide glide. It's still sitting out there. The gas tank's already sanded down. The fenders are all sanded down. I had already bought the paint. I bought compressor. I bought paint guns, everything. I just haven't gotten around to painting it. I got projects out the wazoo that I just can't seem to find time to do. Hence another reason why it took me so long to get to doing a podcast, because I've got so many things going on. I've actually got a whole closet full of speakers that was supposed to go. I drive an F-150 super cab, not the crew cab. The super cab, it's like almost a crew cab, but not quite. I didn't want to lose because if you buy the crew cab, you get a 5.5 foot bed, and I wanted the 6.5 foot bed. So I didn't want to lose the bed space. So I went with that. But I got new door speakers, new amplifiers, everything. I got a lift kit. Believe it or not, you can get a lift kit for those back for your back seat, so you can fit a little bit bigger speaker box underneath there. Yeah, I'm a child of the '90s. We had the big booming stereos, hence the reason why I can't hear all that well. I had quite a few of them big booming stereos, and I'm not going for like blow your head off like I used to have when I was a kid. I'm just going for loud and sounds damn good, And right now it's got Fosgate 10s, Fosgate door speakers. And I think I hear my old lady on the Harley taking off. Or she's just getting home. Yeah, I bought my old lady a Sportster. Drove all the way down to Pittsburgh. Found a 2007 with, what was 11,000 miles. Little tiny dent in the gas tank. $3,000. Drove all the way to Pittsburgh, picked it up. Other side of Pittsburgh. That was earlier this summer. Surprise, honey, I bought you a Harley. Not the best thing in the planet, but it works. She loves it. Only bad thing is she likes riding on the back of my bike with me. So every time I go, hey, let's go for a ride, she says, I'm with you, right? I was like, no, I didn't buy you that bike for nothing. Get on your own darn bike. Get on that thing. Come on, let's go. And she's like, no. So I'm like, why the hell did I buy you that? I know you like riding it, but you don't hardly ever ride it. You just like riding with me instead. I mean, yeah. Yeah, uh, I watch, oh, I forget, Paint Society, I think it's called, on YouTube. And that dude's got some really good videos. But his whole like motto is is don't overthink it. It's just paint. And yeah, I just keep that's all I keep thinking about is how good my spray can jobs ever came out, and I have zero patience. I am the most impatient person on the planet, and I start trying to lay it on thick and get runs every single time, and I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. I've got all these great ideas, different ways I want to. I bought an airbrush, different things I want to airbrush on it. I want to take my time. I want to set it, and I want to do it right. I have not a Cricut, but the other one, the Silhouette, where you can cut out vinyl stencils and all that. And I had the idea that I was going to cut out some cool stencils, and I got a whole bunch of different pigments. I got this cool blue pigment, and then this one that's the color shift. It's like a yellow to red color shift, and I had an idea that I was going to try to do flames and the color shift paint. Thought it sounds like it would look really awesome. As the color shifted, it would almost look like it was actually flames. Thought that'd be really awesome. I got all the stuff to do it. I just need time. Time's the one thing I don't have, and you can't buy time. No matter what, whenever it's your time, you're going. Yeah, no matter what you do, you can't buy more time. Well, it's just being in a club, it takes up so much of your time, and then they want to usually end up wanting to give you a job. And then when they give you a job, like a position, then there goes a whole bunch more of your time. When they offered me a position, I told them I didn't want it. I was always more of the opinion that you take positions based on who's in a motorcycle club, people that are best for a position are the ones that should have the positions. If you don't do it that way, then you can end up with for people who watch us, if anybody's like being nosy from my club, I'm not talking about you, any of you at all. This is my opinion. If you're best for a position, you should be in that position, not hand out positions, based on who's been there the longest or who's the most popular. I was in a few clubs where we had really incompetent leadership, and they got the position based on they were next in line for the job, I guess. And seen some really good sergeants get bumped out of sergeants' jobs to be their next higher up, and even though they were a good fit for sergeant, they should have stayed sergeant because they was the only person in the club that could really do the job, and everybody's always wanting that a little bit more higher position, and that's all they care about more than what's important that the club function well. Everything moves, and all the cogs in the wheel, keep the engine going properly. Yeah, unfortunately, motorcycle clubs have become a whole lot of politics, and it's unfortunate. Motorcycle clubs are trying to change their image. They have an image of being wild and crazy and bunch of drunks and partying all the time and raising hell and doing illegal stuff. I said, well, you take the illegal stuff out of it, but you don't have to take all the fun out of it. That's exactly what they've been trying to do lately. They've been trying to take a lot of the fun, zip the fun right out of it. I said, man, if you ain't gotten, if a bunch of people see us go out, see us drink and pop, being lame, standing in the corner, doing absolutely nothing but yip yapping with each other. I said, that's not what people want, man. I said, that's not what people want. People want to see us having a good time. And then that they see us having a good time. then they want to have a good time. They want to be a part of something like that. I said, but boy, if you zip all the fucking fun right out of it, there ain't nobody that wants to be a part of it, especially when they find out all the BS that comes along with it, with all the rivals and everything else. Yeah, that's just why. Why would they want to do it at that point? But that's neither here nor there. That's my opinion and my opinion only. And it belongs to me and only me, at least the way I stated it. Oh, and if anybody hasn't, I was saying one of my projects was fixing up the stereo in F-150. Yeah, if you ever buy a new F-150 and you think about replacing the factory head unit, holy moly, that was a pain in the butt. If you can avoid it or know a friend that's an installer or something that'll do it for you cheap, I suggest that because holy moly, those things are a pain in the butt. Yeah. See, that takes all the fun right out of it. They try to tell you you can't get all wild. And the one girl I was with a few years back, I went to, if anybody's ever heard of the Easy Rider Rodeo there in Chillicothe, she looks at me and she goes, well, that guy's asking me if I can get my boobies out. She goes, "Oh, would you get mad if I did that?" I said, "Hell no! Why would I be mad? Those are my boobies. I don't give them crap. They ain't nobody else getting them. If you want to show them off, go for it." Yeah, that was my opinion. Yeah, I don't care. That's part of the fun. Whatever. But yeah, they're trying to do it. They're trying to do so many things to get rid of all the fun. And they're doing it for a lot of the clubs are doing it to themselves. They're trying to zip the fun right out of it, try to give themselves a better image and that, and it's yeah, and then it's bad enough you got the law trying to do it, trying to do 99.9% of even 1% clubs aren't doing anything illegal anymore. They know they can't get away with it, and that they will cease to exist if they do. Most things they do is sell like T-shirts, say support your local whoever the hell. That's pretty much all they do. And that's oh hey, yeah, it was her coming home. There she is. Now she's in the chat. Had to get the bike out, did you, dear? It's nice to see you actually riding it for a change. What do you do? Go down to the gas station, buy a pack of cigarettes, and come straight back home? Lame. Lame. He wins the lame award for today. Wait a minute, I got one of these things like Mike's got. Let's see if I can make it work. Where is it? Which button is it? This one? It's this one. No. I got a fancy board too, and it's almost too fancy. So fancy that you can't figure out how to make it work. It's a purple one. Oh, and you got to push this button. Hey, I got applause. How about that? There we go. Yeah, pushy buttons. I got some cool things I'm gonna program in there. I got the Jeopardy song. I'm gonna put that on one of them if I can figure out how to do it. And let's see, I got like a rim shot, like when you tell a joke. I'm full of stupid jokes. Got one of them. I'm gonna put in there. Only I heard it. The last one you should have heard. Says it's in the output. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's on the mic. Yeah, well, says it should work. You can only hear it come through my headphones. Well, hold on. Let me take my headphones off and stick the mic up there. That's dumb. I think, yeah, there's a lot of things about this board I haven't exactly figured out yet, including, I think it says as audio input, it says DLZ 1, 2, which is the 2 microphones. I need to figure out how to make it say the main output. I'm learning. Hey, this is all new to me. I need to find time to sit here and play with it without upsetting my wife. I need to find time to play with it without upsetting my wife. That sounds real good, don't it? Oh, boy. If only, you tuned in right now and you didn't know what we were talking about. That would be quite the thing to walk into, wouldn't it? Yeah, Mike's good with that stuff. I keep asking him to show me. He says someday I'll have a chance, but he's always too busy fishing. That's all right. It's not his place to do that. He's a good dude. Let him enjoy his life. I'll figure it out. I'm a mechanical engineer, and that's how I've gotten through most of my life. You just play with it until you get to where you're trying to go. And if you play with it long enough, you'll get there eventually. Oh, boy. Let's see how long we've been running so far. Oh, we're in the 40-minute territory. I was going to try to keep these a little shorter. Although, we only get to have a show once a week. I think I'm going to eventually work. I am working my way towards doing this more often. And I will, especially come wintertime when it's not riding season anymore. Over the winter, we'll get doing some more. I'm trying to collaborate a few things. If I can ever get anybody to do it, I'd like to do a show with some people. Even if it's not my show, even if it's their show, hop on the show and do a few shows with some people. Be kind of smart to do it. You just got to. Some people can just wing it. My journey to get into engineering was I was in a factory where they built cement trucks, and I worked in final assembly, putting fenders on and striping tape and all the final stuff. And the engineers would always come out and try to figure out why things weren't working right all the time. And they would come out with their little prints. And I would say, here, come here, let me tell you why this isn't working right. And I would tell them. And they go back to their little office. They come back out a day later. And they go, hey, we figured it out on the computer. We figured it out. Well, what'd you figure out? Exactly what I told them to begin with. And I was like, what? Just because I don't have that damn piece of paper saying that I supposedly that piece of paper that supposedly says you know what you're talking about, you won't listen to anything I say. And they wouldn't. So I said, you know what? One of these days I'm going to get that damn piece of paper myself. And I did. And I'm proud of myself for that. I went back older as an older person. I was in my probably early 30s when I went back to college. So I went back as an old, which is really sucky because they didn't bother to tell me that when they hire engineers, they mostly just want young guys. They didn't bother to tell me that. So find a new job sometimes, if it comes to it, it's a struggle sometimes because they want young guys that they can mold into the engineer like that they want to do their products, and they want young guys. And I actually got told that once, even though that's your age discrimination or whatever. Yeah, but I am proud of myself. I've been through a lot of bad things in my life, accidents, divorces. There's been a lot of times in my life where I just thought I couldn't go on anymore. And between thinking about my children, thinking about God, I just couldn't give up. And I kept on grinding and grinding and knowing that eventually I'll end up where I'm supposed to be. And I've always pulled myself out of some really dark, dark places in my life. And I'm proud of myself for that. It was only just a few years ago when I went through my last divorce, I lost everything. Like I'd gotten a settlement for a bunch of money and for that one accident and lost all of it. I bought a new Harley, bought a new car with it, lost it all because of her. And I'm pretty proud of myself. I was living in one of them apartments that low income housing or whatever that was based on your income because I had just gotten fired right before she decided to leave the most recent time because she left a whole bunch of times, a whole bunch of different guys. And I kept putting up with it. And yeah, and itchy foot. And yeah, I had nothing, and I give it to my little brother wherever he's at. He was talking to my ex-wife, and I went, dude, why in the hell are you talking to my ex-wife? And then me and him started talking again because I don't know, me and my little brother's relationship's been on again, off again our whole life. Usually nothing like real bad. It's just like we drift apart, and one person goes one way, one person goes another, or they get married, don't end up talking. You know how that goes. But when I was living up in the apartments, he says, hey, come back down here where I was from. And he says, come back down here, move in with me. At least it'll give you a way to start. And he helped me get a crappy $8 an hour job, but it was a job nonetheless in this area. And it's hard to move to an area if you don't have some kind of something set up. So he let me move in, started a crappy job, and the rest is history. Now I've got remarried. I got 3 bikes, a decent truck. My lady's got a vehicle. We're got some debt involved, but we're doing all right. I got a good job. I only work 4 minutes from the house, and that's a big positive when you don't have to very far to drive to get to work. I thank my brother for that. But he don't talk to me no more again, and I have absolutely no idea why. But it is what it is. You just roll with the punches in life. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it or dwelling on it. I just go with it. It is what it is. Whenever he's ready to call me again or talk to me again, he'll talk to me again. I recently lost a best friend of a very long time. I don't really consider losing him, but I told him I was worried about his drinking because he's had quite a few DUIs, and he hit a telephone pole in the middle of one night and called me, and he didn't like total his vehicle or nothing. It wasn't quite like that, but he smashed down the side of his vehicle up, called me in the middle of the night and says, hey man, I really could use a friend, use somebody. And I ran down there about 1 o'clock in the morning, out of bed, ran down there. And then after every time he invited me to my house, he was drunker than a skunk. And I told him, I said, dude, I'm worried about your drinking. And I become a big hubbub. And then he told me F off. He didn't want to be my friend anymore. So the way I look at it is, someday maybe it'll come. He'll realize that I was right. You had a drinking problem, and it was a problem, and he probably shouldn't have said that. And when he does, maybe he'll talk to me again. If not, then he won't. Whatever. There are plenty of people out there. I mean, people you can trust. Longtime friends are rare, but you can't force anything on anybody. Ain't really any shit you can do about it. Well, this wasn't the most entertaining show. I blabbered and blabbered on and on for a while, it was really good to see everybody. It's a good filler. The Sunday show is a good filler. For those of us that like to get in Mike's show on Monday through Monday through Friday, we get in Mike's show and I'll see if I can put this on here because I keep telling people they want to know how to get a hold of me, and I keep telling everybody, and it's like I'm not sure it's putting it in the room. If you want to get a hold of me, that's how you can get a hold of me. Email me. If if you want to talk or whatever, we can exchange numbers, but I ain't putting my number on the show. You can put your send me an email and we'll get in touch. And thank you for coming. And I found something really cool, if I don't screw it up, that I wanted to go out to. I found some royalty places where you can get royalty-free music. And see if I can turn it down. Anybody else hear anything but me? I don't know. I'm going to have to play with this thing and figure it out. I don't hear nothing. Oh, well. We'll get it next time. Until next time, this is HardWire, and this is Hittin It with HardWire. And we'll be on every Sunday at 2 o'clock. And eventually we'll do more. We'll figure that out when the time comes. When snow starts flying, we'll start doing more shows probably. We'll find some more time. We'll do it. We'll throw in some specials. Maybe we'll do a special holiday special every once in a while. We'll get some Christmas music. Y'all have a good day and God bless you.